In the NCIS, Sydney Season 2 premiere, Heartstarter, Special Agent Mackie and JD face a temporary setback in their duties while investigating Nemus' escape. Mackie reveals a personal secret: she has a 17-year-old son, signifying the trust that has developed between her and JD. Olivia Swann, who portrays Mackie, discusses the evolving dynamic between the two, hinting at a potential romance that may complicate their partnership. Season 2 explores more character backstories, including Mackie's, as the team faces challenges together. The twist ending of Mackie taking down Nemus underscores her decisive, no-nonsense approach, contrasting with JD's more hesitant, heart-led nature. The episode sets the stage for ongoing mysteries and team unity throughout the season. NCIS, Sydney Season 2 premieres twist ending and major Mackie reveal addressed by star Olivia Swann. NCIS, Sydney returned to CBS on Friday, February 7th with a major reveal about its protagonist. Season 2, Episode 1, titled Heartstarter, sees Mackie and JD temporarily released from their duties while Nemus' escape is investigated. Special Agent Deshaun Jackson takes charge of the team, but the NCIS and AFP leaders team up on their own to solve the finale's Rankin mystery. In a heartfelt moment, Mackie tells JD that she has a 17-year-old son, showcasing the trust that's formed between them throughout NCIS, Sydney Season 1. Although the two clashed when they first began working together, Olivia Swann, who portrays Special Agent Michelle Mackie, enjoys the turn their relationship has taken. The star teases that Mackie and JD will have a lighter dynamic in Season 2, as the two gradually begin to open up to one another. Swann also weighs in on a potential romance between the co-leaders, admitting that it may be a difficult storyline to navigate. Swann discusses the team's united front in NCIS, Sydney Season 2, Episode 1. Them taking the fall is a really lovely way to kind of solidify from the beginning of this season that we are a team. Screen Rant: what were your original theories about Rankin? Did you think that he was working with Nemus? Olivia Swann: that's a good question. The end of Season 1 is literally just staring him down, boom, end. So with that, it was anyone's guess. I was like, okay, he's obviously not a good person. He's doing something bad. But when he collapses, that's kind of when it's like, there's more to this than meets the eye. And I love how it kind of gets your brain going and the mind whirring to be like, what on earth is happening? And it happens to us when we read the script. Mackie was forced to step back in the premiere, but everyone had her and JD's backs. They even tried to take the fall for losing Nemus. How do you feel that willingness to sacrifice for one another makes them a better team? Olivia Swann: I think it's so important, and I love that addition to it because I think what we see so much in this episode is, obviously, Mackie and JD have been benched. Technically, they shouldn't do anything, but obviously they do, and they go off and do their own thing. But what I love is that the team kind of take their own initiative and also kind of take inspiration from their bosses and continue to do things that they probably shouldn't, and them taking the fall is a really lovely way to kind of solidify from the beginning of this season that we are a team, and we do have each other's backs, and maybe we shouldn't do things in the way we do, but we've got you. And even filming that bit where we see them saying, "It was me. I did it," that got me a little bit. I got quite emotional because I was like, oh, this is a really lovely moment for the team. A romance between Mackie and JD could be messy in NCIS, Sydney. There are a lot of different ways to go with it. I don't know how I feel about it. Mackie is very guarded, we don't know a lot about her, but she opens up to JD about having a son. Can you talk about her feeling comfortable enough to finally share that? Olivia Swann: I love it. I think it's a wonderful choice to reveal it, 1, in this way, and 2, to JD. I think it shows the magnitude of where they're at that point. It's literally the end of the road for both of them, they feel. So they're kind of at this moment of, it doesn't matter in a way that you know this, because, technically, I'm not going to see you again. But I love that it kind of shifts into this ultimate trust because I think, for Mackie, that secret is huge, and I don't think many people know that about her. So her choice to actually just answer the phone, answer his questions, is a really specific one. And I think that resonates with JD as well. And we do get to see this level of trust build throughout the season, which I think is one of my favorite things about this season. But also, we see how it gets tested as well, which is very exciting. How do you feel about the way Mackie and JD's partnership has evolved since the beginning of the show? They definitely weren't the best of friends, Olivia Swann, no, they were not. And as much as I do love the initial conflict, what I've loved about this season is we get to see this really fun, kind of easy dynamic between them that builds, and you see them bouncing off one another and working together and thinking together on their feet and just having a bit of fun with each other, and there's a bit of taking AP*SS and ribbing one another. And that is a really cool dynamic that we get to see from Mackie too. I think we've seen JD do it to Mackie in season 1, but not necessarily the other way around. And so we get to see a little lighter side to Mackie with her in the dynamic. There seem to be some romantic seeds planted in the season 2 premiere for Mackie and JD. What do you think the potential complications of a romance between them would be? Olivia Swann, I think it would be pretty messy. How would they navigate that? Would they be like, we should focus on the team, or we could maybe make things work, or absolutely not? There are a lot of different ways to go with it. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't even know what the plan is there. They're just two people getting to know each other and working together. That's all I'm saying. NCIS, Sydney Season 2 will provide more insight into the characters' backstories. You get a broader sense of the dynamic of the team as a whole. There's still so much we don't know about Mackie. Will we get more answers about her backstory and her time in the Marines in Season 2? Olivia Swann, a lot gets dropped in Episode 1, so I guess tiny bits here and there, but I think that as the season continues, we get a sense of lots of other characters as well. So it's kind of revealing backstories of characters that we've maybe not had the backstory of in Season 1. You get a broader sense of the dynamic of the team as a whole. It's bits about everyone that comes together as a whole for the team. Swann teases what NCIS, Sydney Season 2, Episode 1's twist means going forward. It's definitely something that remains a mystery throughout the season, which is so engaging and so exciting, and the payoff is great. Were you surprised that Mackie was the one who took down Nemus? I actually thought it was going to be JD. Olivia Swann, I don't think I was surprised, but I think that it does show the difference between Mackie and JD. JD is very heart-led, and there's always something about him that will want to not forgive, because I think in that situation, you can't forgive that. But there was a hesitation there from him for whatever reason that is.